On my way to a Muldrotha build with mostly Guild of Ravnica cards, I'm going to build Etrata. I've actually tested this card on MTGO or Magic Online a fair amount. Before I did my testing, I thought I really didn't fully understand it, didn't know how good it could be, and thought it could be in some other commander's deck. And I realized, especially after all my testing, I don't think that's a good idea. Again, you all can tell me in the comments if I need help in this regard, if I'm not getting something right. But Etrata is not gonna be in the Muldrotha build that I'm building up to by building a Golgari deck and then building a Dimir deck. I'm not gonna build a Simic deck because we don't really have a good selection right now. A Muldrotha, really an even better Muldrotha deck will come out of Allegiances, especially mostly with standard cards. So I'll talk about how Etrata plays out first. So it's unblockable. You hit 3 times with Etrata and you win, basically. If you play her as your commander and you use no tricks at all, which you can, and I strongly recommend that you do, I have, and they have been much better. It's much better to play the tricks, the unsummoned tricks, than to play Etrata as a commander. Comes in at 4 casting with Summoning Sickness. You're not in green, so you're not mana boosted. Comes out on turn 4 most of the time. Turn 4, you hit on turn 5 first time. Goes back to your command zone. Then the next turn you cast her. That's already turn 6. You're going to have enough mana, that's fine. Then you hit on turn 7, goes back to your command zone. Then you're going to cast her on turn 8, and then turn 9, you have the 8 mana and you win. That's way long. Of course, the Etrata deck, it has to be a strong control deck. You're not really doing, in my opinion, as much discard and as much of the things you do in black. Discard and target destruction, you're really controlling. So you're going to have a ton of counter spells and a bunch of unsummon spells. Unsummon is way better. You got to have a lot of them in your deck, but if you do, if you have 1 each of your unsummoned spells in turns 4, 5, and 6, turn 6 you win. You have to protect Dimir. You have to have enough mana to counterspell anybody trying to do anything funny with her, with the card. But basically, I think it's a really fun build. I don't think this is going to be a Snapcaster Mage card. I think it's going to be a cheap card. So I think us filthy casuals are going to have a lot of fun with Dimir. So in this first video, I think it's going to be just 2. The first video, I'm going to talk about the cards that I have in the selection. I've opened it fairly wide, especially in blue. So I've got some blue creatures. That's fine. I'm going to need some creatures. I'm going to need an alternate win con in case somebody takes out Amara. I'm going to need some really strong black flyers and some good, I don't know, there's not that many good blue creatures. So I'm really going to be depending on my black flyers, big black flyers. I have a wad, W-A-D, of counter spells and summon spells. I broadened it. I added some cards that are not in standard. I just couldn't do it with such a small standard. Yes, there is an Esper build of Amara, which is very good. I saw it out of MTG Goldfish. I think that's a great build. It's probably a better build, definitely if it's constructed, because you can have 4 tutors with this dude. But this is a commander build, and it's not Esper. I think that Sierra, there's an Amara Esper deck out of Allegiances with all the Azorius cards that will be pretty good, and it'll have this card in it. So I look forward to building that deck. That is not this today. It's not that deck. Then some black non-creature spells, some artifacts, some artifact creatures. I'm not really on blue artifacts in here, so I don't really care that much for that. So I'll just go through the cards, and I think I'm going to make some preliminary selections already, so that when I get into the build video, I can go pretty fast. Incredibly enough, this Guild Mage is actually really good with Amara because you want to surveil 2 a lot. And so you drop them, you just use them to surveil all the time. So I'm actually going to say yes to this card. This card is fantastic. It's a definitely yes. This card is also very, very good. You're going to look at the top Yeah, you're gonna do exciting from your opponents. You know, this is one of those my deck, your deck is my deck kind of cards. I'd want it for sure. Deals combat damage to a player. You draw a card. You're maximizing Surveil in this deck. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you can maximize Surveil so much that Surveil, things that benefit for Surveil are good. So I'm going to say no in the first round. I'm going to be extremely picky with my creatures. But this guy is still a 3/3/2 with Flash and Surveil, so I'll take him. There's not that many Simic cards in Standard. And I picked a few from recent Standard. We haven't had that many, frankly, all along. This card is a great mana rock. It's not in Standard, but I'm putting it in. This guy is a beast. Heavy mana restriction, but it's just a beast. Flying, Death Touch, and Hexproof. I mean, you can't beat that on a 3/3 body. This guy is going to want you to be on artifacts, so I'm going to say no. Tatioa, definitely I want extra card draw, and I'm in a commander. Tishana, number of cards in your hand. I'm not really playing that. It's a great card. I mean, it's a great card, but no, I'm not going to do that. Not for now. These guys always get knocked out, but Surveil 2 is great for 2, then draw a card. So the left side I definitely want. The returns an online opponent for your opponents. I'm never going to use that, but I'll take it for the Surveil. I'll take the Surveil and this one also, looking at your opponent's hand. The enchantment from Rivals of Ixalan. When you flip, target creature you control against flying gets... Yeah, I'll use it. Surveil. Divination, yes. No, of course, we're in commander. This dude, gain control, target creature with power 2 or less. I'll put it aside for now. This guy is fantastic. Yes, absolutely. Oh, second copy. And no, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to set it aside. So I'm already making some major selections. So I'm going to put these guys in my good... I'm going to try to be better about my piles. I've picked these. Now for my white creatures, I'm going to go pretty fast. I'm just going to pick a few. This one's good. It's a counter spell on a stick. This one gives me some late draw, but I'll think about it. I'm not on Historic. I'm not on Walls. No. Yes, it can make things unblockable. I like that a lot. Yes, I'm going to do a lot of Surveil. Target creature, depending if it loses all abilities. Yeah, and I've got a lot of unsummon effects. I can easily take out a big critter with that. No, I'm not on artifacts. And no, I'm not on Historic. No. I'm on Surveil, yes. Of course, I put this in here on purpose, knowing that it'd be great. Make an artifact. I'm not on artifacts. Yeah, sure. Very disruptive. It can be. Yeah, it's good. It's good, but I'm not sure I need it. It doesn't have flying. I'm not sure I need it. I'm not on Explore. I'm not sure I need it either, even though it's got card draw. I'm being very selective with the creatures at this point. This guy is great. Just great. Gotta go in there. Not on artifacts. It's going to tutor for an equipment or a vehicle. I'm not on artifacts. I am on Surveil. I'm not really casting Omniscience, is how I pronounce it. And I am on Surveil. So yeah, so those are my blue critters that I picked. I'm going to put them in my good pile. I'm going to be tight on my piles. Trying to get tighter on my piles after so many mistakes and so many different videos where I go crazy looking for the wrong pile and then have to just go nuts. This is the heart of the deck. Your blue non-creature spells. And if I don't get to all of them because I had a commentary, then I'll do a second video just of selections. Because I am going to take my time with these. Not really. No. Yes. On summon effects. Not yet. No. Yes, unsummon effect. I'll put it aside because I'm being very picky. I'll put it aside as well. Yeah, manipulation. Counter spells. Negate for sure. Essence scatter, yes. Draw a card and jumpstart. I love jumpstart, yes. Return to another unsummon effect. Again, if when you build this deck for yourselves, you're going to look at all the unsummon effects that are older, such as unsummon, which I didn't find the copy, but I didn't worry about it because I'm trying to do a lot of standard stuff. Yeah, this guy, it's great. Counter target spell, yes. Cast a blue spell. I'm casting a lot of blue spells, but I'm going to leave it for later. I am doing a lot of surveil, but I'm not sure I'm doing enough. I'm not sure I'm doing enough. Return X creature type. No. Maybe. Yeah, sure. This guy's fantastic. That's why I put him in here. Another fantastic card from the Muldrotha builds that I've made. Yep, unsummon effect. I mean, actually flicker. So flicker effects also work. I've tested this card. It works. Yep, unsummon effect. Another unsummon effect. I put it here on purpose. Draw cards. Why not? Another unsummon effect. I've got a ton of unsummon effects in this deck. Cannot be blocked. That's good, but I'll put it for a maybe. Return. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm doing everything that I can with instants and sorceries in here. Counter spells. Ton of counter spells. As many as I could. Counter target spell. I don't have enough wizards, but it doesn't matter. A counter spell. Another counter spell. Protects. Draw. Card draw for sure. Copy. Yeah, I like it. No, not on guilds. Another counter spell. Another counter spell. And another. Yep. Fantastic card. More for your library, graveyard business. Another, even though it's super heavy, I'm just going to put it in here. Card draw. More card draw. Look at the top of your deck. I like it a lot. Just like Tassa. Another counter spell. Nope. Fantastic draw. Oh, I already have it in the deck. Yeah, sure. So you see that I mean, I can build almost a commander deck just out of these, but I picked them all. Maybe for the second round, I already have a big wad of cards to look at with them. So that's all blue and Dimir. I think I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to do the second video on the other cards that could be picked. It's probably going to be a shorter video, but I had a commentary in the beginning. I just felt that I needed to, so I'll stop right here.